Hello and welcome to Play PKN, the weekly video bulletin of the top news stories on PKN Packaging News, Australia's media hub for the packaging industry. I'm PKN's publisher, Lindy Hewson, and this week's bulletin is brought to you by KM Packaging, specialist in high-performance lidding films and in shaped pre-made pouches. Well, let's take a look at what's making headlines this week. Reporting season is now in full swing, and Orora saw its full-year profits rise on last year and says it is now well positioned to pursue new growth opportunities, both in its Australian beverage business and in the North American business. Sales revenue was flat at 3.5 billion, but on a constant currency basis was up 7.8% on last year, the difference reflecting the decline in the Aussie dollar against the US greenback, which is where most of the company's revenue now comes from. Sales revenue from Australia grew by 6.1% to 834 million, with EBIT up by 2.5% to 150 million, driven by cans and closures. CEO Brian Lowe said Orora will build an entirely new extra canning line to go into an existing facility, which is scheduled to be on stream in 2 years' time. The company's glass business, meanwhile, took a hit thanks to the tariffs on Australian wine imposed by China. However, Lowe said that by the end of the financial year, the company had made up 90% of what had been lost in China, mainly with new production for beer and non-alcoholic beverage bottles. Well done, Orora. Now, against the backdrop of challenges brought on by COVID, volume growth in Pact Group's packaging and sustainability segment was nevertheless strong in the full year, where the group saw its revenues fall by 3% overall to 1.76 billion, with net profit down by 1% to 87.5 million, though it saw underlying profit rise by 28% to 93.5 million. Pact Group CEO Sanjay Dayal said the company is targeting to return margins in its Australian packaging business to global industry standard by 2025. But it is on recycling that the company is clearly focused, with Dayal saying a national network of plastics recycling infrastructure is critical to an effective local circular economy, and Pact has stated it wants to lead that. Pact is putting its money where its mouth is with investment in scaled solutions. It is collaborating with recognized industry participants to gain access to important waste streams needed for recycling and to secure offtake of recycled products. Now, just this week, there was an announcement of a new industry joint venture that aims to boost recycled PET capacity, that's rPET, in the country, with Pact Group, Cleanaway, Asahi Beverages and Coca-Cola Euro-Pacific partners all signing a memorandum of understanding to build and operate a new PET recycling facility. Now, a decision on the plant's location is anticipated in the coming months, so we don't know where it's going yet, and construction is expected to be completed by 2023. Now, the proposed facility will be run by Pact Group when it is fully operational, and it will boost Australian recycling by processing raw plastic material collected via container deposit schemes and also collected via curbside recycling. The recycling plant is expected to process the equivalent of around 1 billion bottles each year to produce over 20,000 tonnes of new recycled PET bottles and food packaging using the latest sorting, washing, decontamination and extrusion technology. Asahi, Coca-Cola and the Pact Group will all buy the rPET resin that is produced at the facility. Fantastic news indeed. Now, in other news, Planet Protector Packaging has announced the successful conclusion of its crowdfunding campaign, which raised $1.25 million from 855 Aussie supporters of its mission to save the ocean from polystyrene through its Woolpack insulated packaging. Well done to Jo Howarth and her team. Another company on a mission, Australia's fastest growing eco startup ZeroCo, has kicked off a crowdfunding campaign to help launch 4 new single-use plastic-free body products in a world first for the body care industry. This follows its successful Kickstarter campaign for its home care range, which launched the company last year. ZeroCo now has a community of 35,000 Aussies ordering products online for home care delivery in refillable forever bottles. This is what they look like, made from ocean plastics, along with refill pouches that are themselves reusable and refillable and consumers just mail them back to Zero Co. in a prepaid envelope that's supplied by the company, and the company then washes the pouches at its factory and starts the cycle over again. Now, to start production on the body care range, Zero Co needs 5,000 Aussies to sign up. As of now, it is already over halfway there. You can find the link to place your pre-order in the story on our website. Just search Zero Co. And while you're there, you can find details on today's stories and many more. That's it from me, wrapping up for this week. Thank you for watching. Lindy Hewson signing off and wishing you stay safe.